Hi, my name's Jeff Flamank, and here's something I know about software project management. Being equipped to enable the team to have perspectives and different perspectives when they're looking at solving a problem will make you a better project manager. Here's something to think about. There are frameworks available for you and your team to use when you're trying to solve issues. And they base themselves around understanding the perspectives that you're taking by default, plus the perspectives that are available to you to help solve the problem or help deal with the issue. Perhaps you've heard of the ancient fable about the blind men tasked to feel an elephant to come up with a determination of what that actually is. And each of the blind men, in their narrow perspective way, feels a piece of the elephant, but cannot identify it as an elephant. One of the blind men will grab the tusk of an elephant and say, "This is a spear." Another one will grab the tail of an elephant and say, "This is a rope." Another one will grab the ear of an elephant and say, "This is a fan." Or put up their hand on the side, the stomach of the elephant and proclaim, "This is a wall." You get the idea, but neither of them in isolation, using their own isolated perspectives, can come up with the solution. Now, years ago, famous writer, philosopher Edward de Bono came up with a framework for thinking about your perspectives. He called it the 6 thinking hats. And Edward de Bono, his position was, if you can make yourself aware of the perspective that you're using when you're trying to solve a problem or deal with an issue, that's really to your advantage. And if you can change that perspective, change your hat, if you will, and change your perspective, that will help give you a more rounded feel of how to solve the problem. And here's what de Bono's 6 hats were. He said, first of all, you can put on your blue hat, and the blue hat meant process or workflow or what structure are you going to use to help solve this problem. The second one is a white hat. And white signifies data. What specific information do you have that you can share to help us understand this problem? The third hat you can wear is your red hat, and that's your emotion. That's how you feel about things. What's your gut feel tell you about this issue or this topic that you're trying to work your way through? Then there's the green hat. And green, by its very nature, is fertile. It's creative. That's your creative. That's your divergent thinking, coming up with ideas. Then there's yellow. And that's your sunny approach, your positive approach. What's the best thing that can happen out of this? And the final one is the black hat. And we're all pretty familiar with that, right? That's your negative. That's your devil's advocate. That's, what's the worst thing that can happen kind of approach. De Bono says, if you can stop yourself between stimulus and response, and you can actually think, well, I'm going to put on my black hat here and be a little bit negative, or I'm going to put on my white hat because I'm interested in what kind of data is available. Or maybe it's time for us all to put on our green hats. And let's think creatively about some solutions without trying to converge right now. So if you want to improve your problem solving or simply get a better hold of that process of solving problems or just discussing any issue, think about using the Edward de Bono 6 thinking hats as a framework for your perspectives. If you do that, I think you'll be a better project manager and leader. If you have any questions or comments, I look forward to hearing from them. And stay safe. Take care.